Welcome to another exciting episode of the Gospel of Photography. I'm Emmanuel and I'm going to be your host today. Today we'll be talking about a topic that is very interesting, branding, how people actually perceive who you are as a photographer. So whatever you do, try your best not to miss any minute of this show. Okay, we'll be sharing some of the experiences I've had and some of the recommendations that I feel could help you not just as a better photographer but also increase the perception that people have about who you are. Okay, so stay tuned please and we'll be right back.
My name is Babalola Michael Tayo. Keep watching the Gospel of Photography.
Welcome back. It all started about a week ago when I visited a wedding. I was a guest at a particular friend's wedding, and when I was leaving after spending about 30 minutes at the wedding, one guest actually called out to me and was like, "Hey you, can you come here? Please open that wine for me." I was a little surprised because I felt, he addressed me as if I was a servant or something. I actually obliged, took the wine, opened it for her and gave it to her. It wasn't until I was leaving the venue, that I realized that the way I was dressed wasn't actually pleasing. I actually wore a jeans, just a white shirt, and if they were distributing awards for the worst dressed guests at that particular wedding, I think I would have gotten the award. I more importantly realized that I was actually dressed in the same similar costume as the caterers, that's those that were serving food. No wonder the guests actually called out to me thinking that I was one of those serving food at the wedding. I felt insulted, but of course I didn't show it. But more importantly, I was angry at myself because it was actually my fault. The way I was dressed actually resulted in the way I was addressed. This is where a lot of photographers actually come into play. A lot of us are frustrated about how people perceive our brands. We fail to realize that sometimes something as little as how we dress or how we package the album really matters in the long run. Sometimes we compare ourselves to a Jide Alakija, to a Kelechi Amadiobi, and we say, am I not taking the same pictures as he is? The better question you should be asking is, are people perceiving you the same way that they perceive a Kelechi Amadiobi? That is the main question. Another example comes to mind about a particular similar product. Well, the same product actually, Coca-Cola. The recent campaign they are doing right now is actually branding people's names on each bottle, thereby making it a customized personal experience. I think that's is a great marketing idea. But more importantly, I recently realized that at the shopping mall beside me, I was able to buy the same Coca-Cola bottle for about 50 cents. 50 cents in our currency is about 94 naira. And that same bottle at a restaurant upstairs in the same shopping mall, that same bottle with my name on it at the restaurant upstairs costs about 500 naira. Yes, you heard me right. It costs about 5 times the cost. I mean, you ask yourself, is this not the same liquid content only? Is it not the same bottle? But yes, it is the same bottle, but the different environments accounted for the increase in price. Thinking about that example, I brought it to my photography and it made me think. I print 5x7 pictures for some clients. There's another photographer out there. Which brand name should we use? Call him a Kelechi Amadiobi. Prints 5x7 for some of his clients. The question is, does Kelechi Amadiobi charge the same price that I charge? The truth is, the different ambience, the different packaging, the different ways our brands are perceived will actually result in the different prices we'll be able to charge our clients. My goal today is to challenge you to think differently. Is there a way that you could package your products that will make people perceive it to be more valuable? Is there a way you could dress up? That is one reason why I decided to suit up today. You notice I've not been wearing suits. I'm trying to repackage myself, rebrand myself, so that perhaps when next I'm attending a wedding, maybe they will invite me to the high table as one of the special guests of honor, just because of how I'm dressed. So I'm challenging you today. Review the way you package things. Review the way you brand yourself. And when it comes to branding, it ultimately is how people perceive you. It's very crucial. It could very well be the determining factor between you being in business and you being out of business. Let's take a break right now. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. At this junction, I would actually like to thank my branding consultant. Yeah, I'll call him that. He actually gave me this suit that I'm wearing. You see, I have been trying to rebrand myself. You know, I won't mention his name so that he doesn't get embarrassed. But thanks to friends like that, because of this suit that is, I'm wearing, I'm able to increase at least the perception of you, the viewer, of who I am. Or what do you think? Let me know. Send me an email at gospelofphotography@ellophotos.com if you have any questions or suggestions, and we'll see, what we can do about it. More importantly, the question that people might be thinking now is, how can I, as a photographer, better brand myself in the eyes of prospective clients or even current clients? One area we could start with is how we look, how we dress. I've seen photographers attend weddings wearing slippers. I've seen photographers attend weddings without their hair combed, without shaving their beard. Yes, I realize that we are in the creative industry, and regardless of how you look is a matter of the pictures that you are delivering. But sometimes it's not just about that. There are a lot of people that are watching you that even don't know who you are, especially if you attend a wedding, starting from the security men. So let's start by looking at how we dress ourselves. For me, one of the changes I've been looking at recently is trying to iron my clothes. It might be as simple as that. It's getting a deodorant. It's getting a mouthwash. All those things seem small, but they go a long way. Also, the way we present the pictures. I've seen some people, you're delivering a photo book to a client and you're delivering it in just a plain nylon bag. Oh, come on. I've seen photographers printing clients' pictures and putting it on the floor using a stone to hold it in place. That is not a good, branding, in quotes. I've seen also photographers printing 5x7 and just giving it without even an envelope to a client. These are little areas that we need to address. If you are meeting a client, what extra stuff can you even give them? What extra packaging can you give that particular picture? Sometimes it could be as little as maybe adding a particular nice scent. Sometimes the scent could even be the perfume that you wear. How do you look? How do you package your pictures? All these little things go a long way in how people perceive you. And like we used to say in the debating club in those days, I hope with those little points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that branding is really a crucial element in your photography. More importantly, we actually can't exhaust the discussion of branding. In later episode, eventually we'll still be bringing a branding consultant to talk to us because it's a lot of stuff. I've been able to summarize this in just a few minutes, but when it comes to dressing, for example, I realize that there are some dress that matches each other. You can't just wear a particular shirt with a particular jacket and say, of course, there's a way you can still be creative, but I heard there are some rules. So we'll still be bringing, some other people on the show in subsequent episodes. But more importantly, realize that we can't exhaust all the discussion just today. So subsequently, we'll be discussing further about it. Whatever you do, make sure the way you are being perceived by clients or prospective clients is actually in your own favor, not against you. Okay? Stay tuned.
Over 25 workshops, over 20 facilitators, 2 cities, 2,000 plus photographers, 1 conference, Nigeria Photography Expo and Conference, NIFEC 3.0, holds in Abuja June 13th to 15th and in Lagos June 15th to 20th. To register, visit www.nifec.com/seminars. Building a complete photographer, powered by Hello Photos.
Talking about the conference, Nigeria Photography Expo and Conference is actually a photography educational platform that we started organizing about 3 years ago. And the ultimate goal is actually to provide a platform for both hobbyists, professionals, and educational enthusiasts, and help them actually be better at this game that we call photography. This year's edition will be featuring over 20 world-class professionals. You think that there are not world-class photographers out there? Just wait till you meet them at NIFEC. We have the likes of Uche James Iroha. This guy is a legend. Bayo Mobirowo, the official presidential photographer. Okay, we have Jide Odukoya, we have Shenwa Kisomi, I think that's me. We have Emmanuel Bright, and we have a list of other photographers that you are guaranteed to learn 1 or 2 things from. So visit nifec.com/seminars and you see a list of all the classes that we've broken down there. We believe strongly, though you might think the classes are short, 1 to 2 hours, we strongly believe that taking one class would strongly impact your photography business. And even if it's not a business yet, it will help you even appreciate what photographers go through. One class comes to mind that even though you are not a photographer, you might still attend. A class by Theophilus Modamo is a class on architectural photographer. In previous editions, we've had even architects attend that class. So there are different classes that will even benefit you even if you are not a photographer. Another class by a makeup artist on how you as a makeup artist could actually take better pictures of the jobs that you do. Very, very crucial, because many makeup artists have actually been seriously disappointed by photographers that took pictures of their works, and they've been chasing them since. Where are my pictures? Where are my pictures? Well, come this conference, you'll be learning how to take your own pictures. Whatever you do, please, whatever you do, try your best not to miss the conference. Details are on your screen on how to register. Visit nifec.com/seminars. One of the things that we are also doing to create awareness for this conference is what we call the NIFEC Road Tour. We are going to 8 different cities: Ilorin, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, Kaduna, Jos, and 2 other cities. We'll be teaching about how to overcome the challenges of running a photography business. In these workshops, depending on the city that you are in, try your best to join us. It's just a 4-hour workshop, and there you can at least meet with me one-on-one, and then we'll see how we could actually help you better run your own photography business. By the time we share some of the experiences that I've gone through, trust me, we hope that you will not just be inspired, but things will definitely turn around for a good change.
Over 25 workshops, over 20 facilitators, 2 cities, 2,000 plus photographers, 1 conference, Nigeria Photography Expo and Conference, NIFEC 3.0, holds in Abuja June 13th to 15th and in Lagos June 15th to 20th. To register, visit www.nifec.com/seminars. Building a complete photographer, powered by Hello Photos.
Maybe I should tell someone that branding is nothing new. Branding is not new. I don't want to, I know there are Muslims here, there are atheists here, there are Christians here. I'm unapologetically a Christian. So I'll give you a background, but I'm sure you can plug in. Because I also understand between the Muslims and Christians, there are certain stories we share. Okay? I tell people that the first brand agency could be found in the Bible. It was called the Garden of Eden. And the first brand consultant happened to be Adam. My scripture tells me, and anything that he called them, they became. Note, called them, name, became, behavior. So a brand is not necessarily what you say. A brand is about character. So I tell people, don't say, I hear people say, I'll come and brand my t-shirt. How can you brand a t-shirt? Just tell the person, come and cut whatever, come and, is it monogramming? Don't call it branding. Branding cannot be done overnight. A logo can be created overnight. It takes a minimum of 6 months to establish a brand. I want to brand myself. It doesn't work that way. Another myth you have to dispel, you don't have the power to brand yourself. What you have is the power to suggest your brand. So I want to brand myself. No, this is what happens. I give that example a lot of times. If I walk up to her and I'm like, what's up, baby? How you cool, man? I'm the coolest guy, man. What's up, man? Check me out, man. And then I'm about to leave, I say, can you store my number? 080345. Can you call me Imagination? If she believes I'm Imagination and what I did is okay and she stores Imagination, it's okay. If she says foolish guy, now I have told her who I am. It's not my power, it's her power to tell me what my brand is. So a lot of times people come up and say, I want to brand my photography this way. I want to be known for child photography. That's what you are saying. But is that what your audience is buying? Because ultimately, you do not have the power to brand. What you need to do, or what you have to do, is the understanding that you have the power to suggest your brand. The stronger your suggestion, the increase the possibility that your brand will remain. Am I getting somewhere? Okay. Maybe I should also talk about the children of Israel. Because branding is about securing unique advantages. Whatever helps you to secure unique advantages, that's what branding is all about. So when the Bible tells us that they were told, the children of Israel, that they should put the blood on their door, and that whenever they, fill in the blanks, I'm not preaching, that the angel will pass over. What we're saying is, brand your door tonight. When angels pass, you enjoy secured advantages. That is branding. It's not new. My forefather, your forefather used to brand. Tribal marks is branding. It's not about Yoruba, because inside Yoruba, there are tribes that are Yoruba. And then there are rebranding ceremonies. Their names, Eshubi. Those are names. And then you wake up and say, no, there's something wrong. You change your name. That is not a name change. You are rebranding your name because you understand that the character follows the color of the name. Are you getting me? Branding is not new. I'm here to demystify what branding is all about. Because every day is a brand life. You don't know it. Let me explain to you. I tell this story a lot of times. See? I was raised on Milo. My mom raised all of us on Milo. I asked her, why don't we take Bonvita and Pronto? She said it causes heartburn. So for 30-something years, I was taking Milo because I was scared of having heartburns. Problem is, I got married to a woman that was raised on Bonvita. Her mom said Milo causes heartburn. Here's my point. Is it possible that after living my life, that I will pass the same message that Bonvita causes heartburn to my children? I have 2 of them. And my 2 children will pass on to their children, and it will continue. Therefore, branding is not just logical. There are emotional ideas attached to it.
Do you like taking pictures? Have you ever wondered why your pictures are not as good as those you see on Facebook? Then you need to be at NIFEC. NIFEC 2015 is a gathering of photographers, both amateur, professionals, the veterans you've always seen and admired on Facebook and the internet. If you'd like to meet with people like Bayomo Boriowo, Aisha Ogekuta, Tom Sata, and George Oshodi, you are at the right place. At NIFEC 2015, you also get to see different products from companies that exhibit at the conference. Learn how to take your photography to the next level. Be at NIFEC 2015.
It's a very good medium and platform for photographers, both enthusiasts, hobbyists, and professionals, to network, connect, and also there are different sessions where you can also improve on your skills. You attend different sessions and you get teaching from seasoned professionals who've had several years of experience in the industry. They come teach certain courses and principles and skills, and you get to improve yourself from that. That's the concept around NIFEC. The high point for me during NIFEC 2013, which was the first edition and which was the one I attended, is the point where, because the session I attended was the Joe McNally session. The part where he talked about flashes, using the flashes to create different lighting effects. Wow, that was an awesome class for me. You know, he would position the flashes in different aspects, different positions, using about 3-4 flashes to create the same effect you want to use your studio lights to create. You know, he's a lighting expert. Joe McNally is a lighting expert, and that was what made that class very awesome for me. I love lighting in photography, and that was what I wanted to catch, and that class was really, really, really exposing. My expectation for the next NIFEC, I want to see a larger gathering of photographers. And I want to see a situation whereby everybody smiles home because they are so blessed with these sessions that they can never forget it.
I was just busy on that day looking for where I can do more professional training on internet, and I saw Kelechi Amadi pictures with quotes with NIFEC design on it, and I was like, what was NIFEC? That was why I read more about NIFEC. That's the reason why I attended the first NIFEC training at Ikeja 2013. The high point is that when I got there, I don't think that it should be up to that, because it let me see much more about this job, and I really love it much more than what I have in mind. Because when I get there, I saw Kelechi Amadi one-on-one, have interactive section with him, with what's this guy named Jide Odukoya as well, and John Omomo. Like, wow, so this job can take me much more beyond this. I know I'm going to still gain a lot, much more, and it's a place for me to share my challenges, both with clients, both with cameras, both with even my personal life. Because you know, when you are a professional photographer, that what you have been doing for like 10 years, every day we keep learning, and I'm very sure that when I get there, they say 1 or 2 things we still add more to it. Because the last one, I really don't really know that I can service my customer much more. But there, when I was in Senaki class about customer relationship and some other stuff, I really gained a lot more, and I see hopefully that this year will still be much more than that.
Are you a photographer, or you're just starting out into photography business? Probably you think holding the camera is all about taking a shot. Come to NIFEC 2015, you will learn a lot about it. There are many techniques, there are concepts to learn into photography. Here in NIFEC 2015, you got to meet great photographers both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. Furthermore, as a photography business, you learn a lot of things about the real concept of customer satisfaction, among other things. Be there.
Over 25 workshops, over 20 facilitators, 2 cities, 2,000 plus photographers, 1 conference, Nigeria Photography Expo and Conference, NIFEC 3.0, holds in Abuja June 13th to 15th, and in Lagos June 15th to 20th. To register, visit www.nifec.com/seminars. Building a complete photographer, powered by Hello Photos.
My name is Michael Agunobi. Keep watching the Gospel of Photography.
At this junction, we could actually answer the question that a gentleman sent in from inner part of Lagos State. His name is Michael, and he was asking, Mr. Sheon, what if I'm having a serious challenge with a present client that is arguing with me right now after the wedding? I told him I was delivering 1 album. He said I told him 2 albums, but the problem is I did not have a written agreement. What do I do? That is a very good question, Michael. It's a very sad, situation too, because now your reputation is at stake. Now your brand is at stake. In my own opinion, you are better off doing whatever the client says. I'll repeat that. You have to do whatever the client wants. just because you did not put things down in writing. Let this be an experience that will help you realize the importance of documenting every single thing. It has happened to me once, and it was a painful one. In fact, that same experience happened to me. And realizing the fact that a dissatisfied customer can actually market you more than a satisfied customers. If I were you, I would not take the risk. I'll give him or her the 2 albums they are requesting for, and know that subsequently, never in my life would I conclude on getting a job without a written documentation. That's that. My own opinion. Let's take a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. At this point, we'll actually be revealing our social media page of the week. And today's page is actually featuring a personality that I actually admire so much. Tom Sata is a documentary photographer based in Abuja, right here in the heart of Nigeria. And his Instagram page is so rich with lovely pictures that I feel you guys need to check out. So check him out at the Instagram page that is shown on your screen. By the way, Tom Sata will actually be teaching also at the forthcoming photography conference, because this year's edition we're actually hosting it not just in Lagos but Abuja and Lagos. The Abuja edition will hold from June 13th to June 15th, while the Lagos edition will hold from June 15th to June 20th. So whatever you do, bring out your calendar right now and block those days. You could eventually meet the photographers of your dreams there, and at the end of the day, be inspired to be a world-class photographer. At this junction, I think we've come to the end of another exciting episode. Sometimes I feel this episode shouldn't come to an end, but hey, we have other things to do. But till then, I recommend that with your camera, whether it's a camera phone, whether it's a Canon or Nikon DSLR, keep taking those pictures. I'm Shion Akisomi, and I'll still be your host. See ya.